Your abusia nanso so ayeda foforo, and there I want to have a beautiful conversation with you. I would be like conversation ayebenya no ende no. It should be a key for obia in this 2025. Dia me pesa me kachira woni say asema ende wo beti no. Wo beti me the 1 week share episode way back to back. Ebe end all your problems, all your pains, all your troubles, if you should listen to this with your consciousness. Now, why cry na a setting up prison setup no? Se obi ye bonea. Yen fa ne nkoto prison. Ya de ne koto prison a yen show mo atade baako. Different crimes, different jail sentences, but omu nyina hye one uniform and omu nyina go jail yard no emu. And so omu nyina hye uniform omu se obi a crime no ye ntrombo ne ho. And na obi anso so sentence days aya sentence no ye ntrombo ne ho. But omu nyina hye atade kro na omu nyina wo one place no. Why is it so? One more sa setup no, one more sa adwene no. They have people who take care of them in the prison. They have people who lock them. They have time so biya nkoda. They have time so biya nyane. They eat the same food and they do the same thing. They drink the same water. But they are in the same place with different crimes and different jail sentences. But they are wearing the same uniform. Who gave them that setup? Is this same? Ewo ya brabo mu ewo this 3D world ni mu ana eye bibi different. And then I want to discuss psychic key part 1 with you people. I want everybody to listen. Na meko stages bi no mu. Me ba be hwe composition versus spirit. Na ma ba be hwe aliens of the new age. Na fe me ne mo aba elemental sin. Ade a me ne wo discuss and then no. If I should close my eyes 1 minute on any foreign platform, na me sit at this position, na me the message way, me de bema way, e de ma omo I will charge a lot of money. And I'm de bema. I am giving this message to us out of love. In fact, a lot of love, because that is what you people throw at me. Intino, I throw it back to you with full of life, full of light, and full of energy. I mean, pure energy. And then me no baba discuss stages me no be fam no. Ni nyina na me de ama wo no na bi enne wutie me wie a. Wo be hu sese ye wo ba. Tie ni yo, se ye wo ba na wo ni tifie, se ye wo kunu na wo ni na etifie. Eye wo nua na wo ni tifie, wo maame wo papa na wo ka bibi no nte ase a. E bi enne no ye de episode we be kwa awie no. Ubeti ni amebiasi because uko jaila. Ubeti mi aye TikTok ebi a wuwi akoko ana wuwi abanchi ena ye jaili we bi a 6 months na de wakoto ho. Wo same uniform obi nso a waye fia. Eye ketekete ebi oye short. Ono nso akum nipa na omode na betu that jail sentence no. Ono nso ewo ho ebi a ye jaili ni for life. Woni sa nipa yi na hye jail ho no mo. Mo sha atade kro enye wo body ene wo structure ene wo behavior ene wo beauty ene determine wo crime and determine wo sentence a wo serve wo ho no ani se mu nyina mu ye nipa na mo wo ho but obi a she the same uniform but obi a ne crime ene obi a ne jail sentence. Inti se ye wo ba na one ne wo ho se nkrofo na mebubo odin na one ne wo ho na wo na wo to aduane mani di na wo na wo so wo na wo ye kese wo abusua ni mu hwe wo nuanom nyina wo abusua ni mu a wo betimi agina wa aka se because wo na wo hwe obi a wo abusua ni mu nti no nia wa fon no wo ho no no ku nipa no wo chen no ana wo timu eden chen no eden nti na ese wo dwen se wo betumi aka asema ma obi atie ede na eye wo se nipa nyina ye nipa nti esese ye nyina ye pe na ye nyina ya dwen ko bankrum. Today's episode is a lot of downloads. And we are going to get into this. And before you finish listening to this episode, no, now you will drop a lot of pain, a lot of trouble, a lot of struggle, a lot of stress. Ube dropping in after listening to this episode. Is the world a prison? This is a question I'm asking. Is the earth a jail? Ibisao. A lot of people have asked this question many times. And a lot of our holy books, religious manuscripts, and books like the Bible and Quran have given us close evidence to point to the fact that the world that we live in is somehow not where we are supposed to be. And you know, all these books no believe that baby. They tell us that aha enye ye fie na asase so de eya kwantuom. We hear this, but the omo kan esa na sese omo kan. Na sese na sese omo kan, ede na omo wo enso ede mayen about this. And idea na omo ka chese ye betumi aye. I'm doing this editorial to purposely answer certain questions. Why do good people suffer? Bisa na me kra boni be na maye ena niama we koso o mabrabom ede na maye ena sa niama we yito me ede na maye ede be nkura nti na wo kra wo ba asase so na ye reduce kra ba ha ebe ye den. To answer the question of where you are supposed to be going when you die. And no episode in ye na mi wukura he na me ko. People ask this a lot, and a lot of people have a lot of answers for this. People answer these questions from the holy books, all kinds of scripts and tablets and scrolls. Omo wo answers are omodema. I've told you that today's episode is going to be pure downloads. Oti ase obi a oye new wo platform no so no betumi I explain more amuye old mumwa new ones no monte ase. When we say Jesus here, what we mean. When we say downloads here, what we mean. When we say downloads here, we are not talking about who download BB or internet. No, so we are talking about things that you walk on your silver cord, that you project out of your body. It takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of darkness. It takes a lot of shadow. It takes a lot of ahwadibi for you to pull through the tunnel to get to the bottom of the tunnel to find that light. This is where I get these messages from. And also to help us understand the paradox of how religion seemed to give us a hint that this world is somehow a bad place. They keep saying this all the time, that this world is this world is that. But instead of showing us the solution, they rather divert our attention to a dogma. Until you have to worship all sorts of things, you have to do all sorts of things, pay tithe, pay offering, pray, do this and do that. Is that what will help us? It's just a question. Like I said, today's episode is called Psychic Key. I'm telling you, if you should hold on to these keys, 2029 will be a different year for you, because now you will understand your personality. And then you will understand the people surrounding you. And then you will develop a strategy out of this episode so you are able to live peacefully and focus on your journey. It's Spiritual Hour, and I welcome you once again. I believed you, I believed you, I believed you. I believed you. I believed you wherever you are, and I send you love. I send you love. I send you the greatest love out of my heart. In fact, out of my spirit. Wherever you are, I send you love. No matter the condition, the situation, I send you love. I send you love. I send you love. I send you joy. I send you joy. I send you joy. I send you joy. I send you wealth. I send you strength. I believed you. I do not bless you. I believed you, I believed you, I believed you, I believed you, I believed you. Wherever you are, I believed you, but I do not bless you. I wish you a nature day, and I welcome you to another episode of A Spiritual Hour. My name is always the pride of our ancestors. They speak through me, they hear through me, they smell through me, and they drop every particle of information through me to us. I welcome you with lots of love. And then we are discussing Psychic Key, part 1, because I will go deep, and we keep going deeper. Me promise you that 2025 is going to be dark. It's going to be deep. It's going to be a lot of shadows where everybody will find his or her true self. So the person is able to deal with this mechanism and make life easy. Now, Makacho say about 4 stages. Until let's look at composition versus spirit. I want all of us to listen to this episode very well. Today, I want to talk about the composition of humanity. I'm sure you have one way or the other come in contact with such an incident where you were good to someone. You showed your best attitude. You did a lot of life-saving initiative. Gave the person your heart, your will, your mind, and did a lot of good things to the person. This is in relationship. Uhu guy no nye juma, uhu girl no nye jume bi out the nikosunya juma, uko ye pa ko swa construction, uto container, ubi e salumano, ubi yourself unya ne class. Yes, the ladies oche bayire eton bidie eton banana no boawo ema uko school uwie ye ene wenye adwuma ye. Now lady ne ntebrofo enti onye wo class. We see these things every day. Ubefa wunua ne fie kurase kwa abrochire ensam ne ye bebre me ware wo na wuni hwe me befa bema we na ne tiri ho te se yi e man be descending so low beyond their standard just to make sure the man or no so be fitting in wie ye no akosi sende bia meka me si wunni mo nipa bia da age ne nsa aso nachi se obi ni bia wunnim ni suban age se owobi ansa na obehu ni pese ni suban ni suban ni enkrofo go through a whole lot esevi madam for ne na me ne wotena ase ana me ni ususu adwuma ho na me kɔbɔ obosia na me de baaye me de medan si wo ehye wo nsa se si ma me to cars na me de ba se fa ye adwuma na nya bidi na me so me nya bindi me employ wo na wonni hwe ye won krofo ni bi wo hɔ a omu ye lifeless being e ye obi no wo life na do ho bɛkɔ akɔbɔ no na wabra ba atumi aye mmere san krofo no de wo ho bɔ wo ho na wo ye omu ye wi a ɛde na ase na ye omu de ma wo Oni na ye adwuma 10 years no nye nipa bone enda wo gyaye wo nsem bebre ka e wo no ho me befa wo fie kurase na me de wo betena me fie enda de na wo ka fa me ho. All these things are things that are esi e wo yabra bomu wo ba krom ha na woni mobia na me boa wo na wo ye hopeless sebe na me ma wo hope ma wani daso enne no sen na e kominua ne wo na me de madwuma ene misika share wonsa ne krakra ne sen e befa wo ba se behwe madwuma so no wo wi ame ana wo ma madwuma ne ko so wo be bisa wo sa adenti na ya se niama we etimi esi e wo yeso only to realize that that person has also been repaying you with bad deeds after bad deeds. It begs the question that many ask: why do good people suffer in this world? Because the awuye nyinara edi me nipa nyinara still a nipa e ka wo ho asem bone ntu be bisa wo se nti adan na nipa bone ehie nipa papa na de na ma nipa papa esofa na momye bisa ye ho se ye ka ni se nso a wo nso ye dan na wo de owi ase a wo ba ye nipa bone nko a na wo hia ye won krofo bi wo ha so mo ka wo ho asem na wo te a wo betumi afe nyame amboa wa ubetumi atofom na etumi hye wa ma wanhwe ni ye fe dia obeya ne so obewehye so owuo mpo strike nipa no immediately because obedwen unnim ne enti a esese such a person waba foma ma no aye bibia ma no so ono so besebi no ono ebeba beye usen ubebisa ho se die enti na nipa papa ebere korasa e wo wiase. Why is it that someone can come into your life and you try to help the person and all they want to do is to harm you, break your heart and make you suffer? They want to finish you. Eya ubisa ho. Ebi tumi bisa ho se inti me pa boni be na mai adan obi a meye ne papa bi ode boni tu ameka. If that's what you think, this is your episode. Eto de bi a aya ehimia se niama bebre minimende minim se wonim se niama we na wuti se niama we ase wanhwa wonchi ni pampo na ade no kra oni wo pese wonchi ni mpo na pese ode ne bone che na wo pese wo de ne bone che no ono nsem obekeka wa abontinti na ye wo se wo pese wo chi no na wo ye ni bibi na nso nka wo jai nipa ne se onkwa na nka ye because sometimes want to maintain the pass. Why do good things happen to bad people? These questions all the time. Why do good things happen to bad people? Yen nanumpo wakase bimpo se ni papa pan cherry asasi so. Ade ntine ni papa pan cherry asasi so. Ni paboni ni die ochewa asasi so. And so this brings me to talk about the composition of humanity. Sa niama we eye niama e ha ye yie pa. Utie niama we nyina na wi a. Afi wan hwa ha ho biu. Truthfully. Ansha unha ho biu. Recently an issue happened. Na me paid me world some Aldo bag bi am listen say me ho de kogim na misika me di me ta discussion because me to me shia nkrofo bebre na omo ye na you have to na we mpo de na me ko family ama bi nkosi obi we airport na ko family ama sika kese we ayira wom na we ayira wom na me say okay oni ni panama odonti unfo mo nto o microscope asisa wo check upon them when you love someone. So I said, okay, if I don't look for this money, they will think that me ni hwe wo me ho. Nti me to direction to we bi share me egu me envelopes na me de share bag mu. Nipa ne fa o te bag no ho saa na me copy no so say nyam na me lucy na ko te bag no ho saa na me hwe nipa na oye de oye ye na me bisa me ho say edin ni nipa beye wo wiase ama ne nyonko nipa. Na won te saa niama we ase a and now ubedi uyeme suama because you can't believe say obema we ya ubuwa ni betumi aye we say you can't even believe so ba ubuwa no onipa we pa baby na otepa ni ade ameye ma no a onu yem untumi nti ase da but when you have this knowledge this is when you sit back and then you are like oh okay so this is why this happened this is why this happened this is why this happened about the side you are calm. You see, like I said, the world is a prison because our body, our skin, our hair, black color na ye wono and white color na ye wono, the body that we have is just the uniform of the prison. It can't be so prison setup no. Why muna omodema omo? A lot of people bring this etheric issues omo de baha no bibia ni wa ewo hawo bibia wo hunu wa ha bia ye bibia we etheric na ebinum anya ability na omo manifest so bia te asem we ase nti ye tirinwi ne ye honam ne ye niama ye di te say example na me start show na me ye ma o e wo jail wall ni mu no ana prison hono no this is how our body is like. Ye wo trimi obi awani obi awo nose obi awo sin obi awo we we look like we are all human beings. Are we all human beings? Ana mankind. Ano na mebisa ho asem se wo hu ye yina ne yesese ye yina ye nipa ye yina etumi ne ye ho kasa ye yina ye nipa ye yina adekoro nti ne ye wa ha. Can you say wukunu na one ne ti da mu ho no woni ne nyina mu ye nipa mu ya adekoro. Can you say wo ba na wawo no wo nyina mo ya adekoro mo ye nipa ade na ne kasa afi onti ade na wo ba ene wo ko ntokwa twese kan nyina wom. Why do you think this is happening? Obi a wona to aduane manidi eto atade ma ne se ade na obi behave sa. Are we all the same? I'm not saying this to denigrate any race or any culture. Tise me ka say white and I say black men fa wa adwen kra nko ho no mo. I'm saying this to give you a mind idea of how our being in the universe is. So we all bibini, so we all brony. Our real personality is inside us as a spirit. This mechanism no, is just like the jail uniform. Everybody is wearing one. But obiya ni jail term and obiya so ni crime. I didn't about prison ho. Sane ye body no akwa ye. Our real personality no eti ye mu eno na ye sunsum no. The spirit in us connects with this uniform through the soul. People get confused about the spirit and the soul. And then also before this episode will go, you will understand the difference between the soul and the spirit. Now, when you talk about Trinity, this is Trinity, body, spirit, and soul. It's not about a particular belief. We experiencing what is called Trinity. Trinity is part of us, our body, the spirit, and the soul. Ejuma ben na we mu nyina ye. Why na connected with one? E hifa na nkrofo we nyina ni hwe. Omo te faako, but omo nyina ni hwe faako. Ana obi ani hwe bibi. Eno na nne no, me pese me ni omienu no ehwe. In this earth realm no, this is the entity that controls here. Reason I say we are powerful. Because a spirit that is sitting somewhere, no, only Trinity, only body. And even some of them don't have souls. Man, you're confused. We will get there. So the spirit is very far away from the body. I know people will not. The spirit, I said, is very far away from the body. The intermediate organ or system that connects the spirit to the body is the soul. I think I have to pick this very place and make it but you will get this jet. So our true nature is our spirit, not the soul, not the body. Do you get me? I said our true nature is not the body, it's not the soul, but the spirit. As I go, I will break it down and I will explain. Because mostly we get confused about these three entities or these three organs. As I go, I will explain. The soul only records information from the body's encounter and shares this information with the spirit without the body knowing. The soul is connected with the body direct. But the spirit does not connect with the body. But it is the soul and the intermediary for the body and the spirit. Get this for me, Paucho. I have told you this is pure download. Someone was telling me in America the other day that when you make episode and we see other you or internet and so on, when we listen, your messages are always different. And I told them I go through a whole lot to get my messages. And my boss also goes through a whole lot to get these messages together for me so I can read it for you to watch. Because the soul is closer to our true nature. And what is our true nature? Body, spirit, and soul. Connection to who is superior. And if there's anything else we working on, nendi sanyama mi say so ade we and I'll be working also. But the soul only interprets what the body has and stores it for the spirit. Therefore, our true nature is hidden in us. It is inside of us. This is why I keep screaming. Don't look for anything from anywhere. Your true nature, your divine nature is hidden inside of you. And why is it hiding inside of you? And we've been thrown into a prison with it. Enti aha no na ye wo no eno ne medical ebubu mu no e de akire wo no te see enu se wunim kra now no you know the difference between body, spirit and soul. Na mama a little bit of omedwuma a omo ye na mama wate ase so ye body ye sen ye ni bibia ye wo no se ye prison atade ye nyina ye hyebi mama wate ase obia ne crime ene obia ne so jail sentence enti no. Oh, you know woman on your motive, no. Don't think you can control everybody. Now, why I'm saying this, no, I will explain. This topic has become very essential because of certain things I've realized in, again, our new age awakening. Because when you hear awakening, when you hear consciousness, not adverti everywhere, yes, Yes, it has gotten to mankind, and the time has come for mankind to find him or herself, because there are other beings who are also interested in taking over this 3D world, and they are eager to put man in sleep at any cost. And the way ayewo spirits and our entities and our beings they are eager to put us to sleep. No? The same way yewo messianic people who are also coming back to help us to wake up. But what mankind is confused about is the branding and the words, because they are the same words, they are the same light, they are the same energy, but the impact and the works is what mankind is not able to differentiate. So what am I trying to tell you? There are true divine messengers, and there are messengers for the beings who want to enslave mankind and put mankind to sleep forever. Why is this so? Because these beings, they can create anything inferior from the divine, but they can never create souls, and they can never create spirit. This is the difference. They can create human beings. They can create the mechanism, because they can sleep with somebody in the dream. The person might get pregnant and build the body for them. They can also create a soul that would intermediate, but they can never create spirit. I want everybody to understand this. This is what mankind is not getting. The reason human beings, with all the atoms and all the nitrogens and all everything you can think of, nipa huni hu se osa, no huni hu se spirit bi ene better. You have this trinity in you, and a spirit that has only one thing. Ewo so esan body kan ho a onu oni bi. Na onsan so nya akwanya emba hambe experience hano wokoto or enslave you forever. This is why I'm saying the supreme being doesn't care, has nothing to do with anything called worship. We and a problem no when a ya samna ye can every day ni de ni atete ni amani hunu and ni atata no, we are not going to keep quiet, because we ni audi hu ade. Now who the beings that are ready to come and take over the little souls now, the little spirits now. Omwenya soul no omwetumi di body aka ho no. Person omo take you over. No omo person omo to a particular place for the rest of their life. So when you will stop preaching worship and everything to anybody and start talking to people to find their true nature or their true selves. When there a problem no. Eniyama bebre na ekoso, the normal eye cannot see. And I am desperate for necessary things. Brandings ahodoɔ. Nneɛma ye chesi a esuni fasoma aha uti. You see, anytime in any age when humanity attempt to wake up from this slumber that we call life, there is an opposition entities and familiar spirits that also come back to make sure that we sleep in and slumber the more. And when you look at the consciousness, there is a particular man who has been on my platform for about 2-3 times. And when he started preaching, I'm like, oh, wow. Osi bibiye ni wa ewo din say consciousness, say yoga, say Christianity, say Jesus, osi bibiye ni ho sa eya adekro. I was like, oh, wow. 2 years, 3 years later, the same person, the messages. So I'm like, so what has changed? I'm somebody, I'm need to formation ni papa. This person, or starting, no to omoka historians are ube freno. So omoka Bible like keys are ube freno. Now, what is happening? Say won't kofa akom, any nananom, any necromancy, any way begum, so people will listen to you. So I sit back and I watch and I'm like, wow. So, where is the growth? Is this person growing backwards or growing forward? And now, is it because you have to say what people want to hear? So people will follow you. What is it about? Is it about business? Is it about fame? What is it about? But if you are so enya wodia. But the me person me chira ni say anytime mankind ne mmerebe so na ewiase ne betwa ne ho na ebeba na ede oje eba no na these beings so aguru me the very people will put their trust in them, so they put them into more sleeping and slumber ubeda enti no efe no mo benye nipa nso mo be brandi niama ye be puti nipa e de eco sleep. The reason you see all the group things and niama bebrebe ekoso. I don't want to divert. Let me finish this and then I'll come back to the spirit that opposes us. Because I make say time be any pebe nyane na entities and beings be so ba omo make sure somebody yen beto ndani mu more. Ube bisa say omo ye de ben entities. Now why are they opposing us? Omo mpese ye be nyane. Na me mpese me divert na episode yi so ewa no nti no me de habesi ya ne bia eno minjaye. Then we talk about it. Many spirits from many dimensions occupy many bodies in this world as prisoners. Medikane why about souls, makatro about soulless beings. My yes na wa wan channel. You can go and watch this that episode after this episode, because the universe is vast and energies may come from different origins. Eya we say yina ye nipa nti say yina ya adwen ko ba bankrom emfa, because baby obi free ba no nim ho unim ade e create no say sunsun bi mpo na ni obi koda ye no wawo obi asa nipa no ye different orientations are born in similar prison uniforms. Inti nipa na ye nam won be from different orientations, ebi no mu ye different energies are omu free baby, which are not the same. But only pani origin and they determine adia etinimu. Into the uniform, yes, we all have. I have told you, we all have our crimes that brought us into this jail place. Now we all have our jail sentence. So we are not the same. Baby, a beautiful bano, omu pre nipa ye de bone a onim say ye bone. Anka nyese be shoke wade a wo ye ma nipa yi nyina or de bone etu. Baby, you free ban, that is what they do. Or who anything wrong with it. Baby, mo so wo no ma they find it difficult to hurt a fly. Or no so baby, you free ban de oh no. Nti obi eniwa spiritually there is nothing like bone. There is nothing like papa. All the bone and the papa we see exist on this 3D world. So enipa hodwa fifa jail dress ni bi. And omu nyina wa ha omu say a jail sentence in this 3D world. Like I said, bonene papa is not in the etheric. There is nothing like papa ni bone, hell and heaven. They all exist in this 3D world. Any energy that is arrested into this body and kept in this world may look like a normal human being because of the mechanism, and may behave like a normal human being because of the jail dress. But the actions of that spirit being manifested through the body may be different, because ye crime. Ewo prison ha, ye nyina so esru ye jail term, ewo prison ha, but ye nyina ye prison uniform, and ye the same thing. Na ye ntrotro obi aso crime, embo na pampem, ni ye ntrotro obi a jail term. Say wo jail term no kwa 1 day newu, kwa 20 days newu. This should tell you that enye boni ne kunipa. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the human body composition being different from the real energy spirit inside your body. Nti ye nyina ye wose na ye nyina ye wo hwene, ye nyina na ye bu atopa, ye nyina na ye spread your legs. All the blowjobs and all the things we all do it, but we are not the same person. So be careful who you are carrying your thing into the mouth. Ha! Say yetisani ama we ase a ye nka ye humpo. I always tell people, you better know somebody spiritually than to know the person physically. Because when you know the person spiritually, it means you know the Nipani divine spirit, the true self of the person you are going to deal with. The jail terms, na the crime. When I thought said to man, no, when I try the school fees, no, nya baby crank that, when our man the baby die, then you so down and say, oh, did you check the person you are doing all these things for? If there are people who reward people, who have sympathy, who have love, there are souls who don't know what is called love. They don't know what is called tears. Inti esu awu sushe wu kunu enimu nyina ohu. Esu awu sushe wu yire enimu nyina, he doesn't care. Do you know who you are dealing with? Anka won complain bio. Inti ye nyina ye wo jail term. Ewa universe ni mu. Ye nyina ye se one uniform. But I've told you different crimes and different jail sentences. And so, if you go to a prison, you realize that there are a lot of people who come there. But even though they all wear the same uniform, what brought them there is different. Someone will go and steal cassava and then they will give him 6 months. Or also be prison or be the same dress. The be the same number or be go through the same process. He will be in the same jail as someone who has also killed a baby, and a rapist, a murderer, a thief, an armed robber, a terrorist. They will all be in that same jail with the same dress, the same compound. But you see, different crimes and different jail terms. This is what the universe is, and this is what humans are in this universe. We are all here, the same uniform, but different jail sentence. And different crimes. And you could different things. Uti we say na wusu. Se ukunu ja wo ho, uba eja wo ho, no ne won kasa. You are just a portal. Make life easy for yourself. Me ma unware we, me ma unye say because na me wo. Hey! Ebi ana wuso, we are cassava 6 months. So uba na waba no. Wa ha no so ye nipa te se wa na wunua no we bia no no okum nipa ni hu ye won kwala ni bi wo hokro mo ba crime no mo de ba no omo ba no mo start exercise ni ma me no o de na ba no kro be ku no ansa na wa be wi ase. Do we understand these things? Do we? You are going to be in the same jail wearing the same uniform as these people. Nkrofo we boni omo aye nyina de we wi abanchi ye nyina sa na wi ase na yete. Now, when you identify people by their uniform, you will not know who they are or what they have done to be sentenced to this particular jail. So, we go prisoner, but maybe so, oh, at the end of the day, we buy I catch us, oh, small crime bill at the cooperating or yeah, non country. To winning in our jail, I am saying, we in our prisoners. But to be in a crime, be in a sentence. And so, you do not judge people by the experiences of their body. They say, eni biye ye no. Almost say, niyama no mo nanti a minim so mo nan ba ko na wasen ba ko se di ntumi hu. Some of these people harassed some of us because ye ni bie ja om. Omo harassing yen sa wa sore ho. Me de ma bre o. Ha, erade. Nti ye nyina ye nipa de ye uniform ne ye che. Aye nyina ye nyepe. Neither do you expect them to behave in a certain way by the experiences you have with their body. Nti uni ukunu no na ete. Osimo ni obi ankasa. Mo nfa call at 6. Wan be fie ntema wahala. Minia. Ebi a wo na wo ye bibia wo fie ho, but ebi a wo jail sentence ya wo tu ukowi abanchi. Ebi a be ma no no okun nipa nso oba na wan hwehwem na ne wo ho. Oye wicked obetumi akun. Ti de wo ye bi emfa no ho. Obe ha wo hu na free na ekọ ana obetwa so no wakọ wahwe wo hu no wa strategize na one na wo ho weti nyansa. People are made up of spirits, not bodies. Simple. At the moment your spirit leaves your body, you are dead. People are made up of different spirits from different dimensions and worlds. Ya wuni mani we asi we. Having kura also woko ye bisa why you can't tell. Let's just imagine that out of the elements that you've been taught in school, you've been taught about a lot of elements. Ya chere mo element ya chere mo school na me school no kura chere se me ntumi hu. You've been taught about elements in the air, elements in metal, elements in the ocean, elements in salt, elements in the grounds, elements everywhere in wood, elements in greenery, photosynthesis from many different dimensions. You've been taught a lot of elements. They all have seeds and they all bear fruit, just like we also have seeds in us and we bear fruit. Into all these are elements. Almost so just like we do. These elements represent different spirits and entities. And so, put in your mind that every human body composition has a different spirit from a different place, but just in the same body as yours. Same prison uniform. This is very simple. If you understand this thing, you will never cry over any human being. The jail sentence niya, wona wo no be wejaw, adan na wusu, because you don't understand this. Se nipa ne crime ni na one ne hye ho no a, ontumi nye papa. When that spirit finds itself engulfed in a body, the actual identity of that spirit cannot be told by the outside skin of the body. Ontumi hwe nipa ho. Enchire ni subanya eti ni mu. Some people may be near to you and you want to be good to them, but where they come from in their spirit, they are supposed to hurt you. So why do you attract people who hurt you always? Find out. That's their true nature. You want crofobia omu ye nipa bonefo me ka kire lady bi. Ose ni kunu ye say okoka kire ne maame no mu ose say na me ka kire ne say obema ne ye narcissist a kai hu say ne maame so ye narcissist ne papa ye narcissist asem na ba beto no betumi aso a wuntumi forget. The biggest mistake people make is that who feel say wa ware be ma na wa ware oba no onye na oya ade akoka kire ne maame koka kire ne papa. What can they do? Blood is thicker than water, they say. You went to steal a banana and you have been given a jail room with someone who went to kill a baby. You are taller than that person. The person is shorter than you. And so you feel like the person is an angel. You did good to the person and you did everything without knowing where the person came from. And unye problem ni nie. Wona uta aduane ma unuanum na wofie ho ni nyina adi. Enti eye wo say wo so na wo wa enti nipa na wo ne wo ho no bro no so. Do you know his crime? Do you know his jail sentence? If you know this, you will be careful how to deal with people. Recently, Osofobi ojina edom nanim wa asore ho. Na eye ne say onu de oyo obi ama. Kasa ojina ho na obi ta. Oti ni free ho. Nim Sofobi so years ago na me ne very fine. Me kan say bi kire no wante ojina puppet so na pa. Owu puppet ni so within 5 minutes. You think you have a microphone, you stand and you talk. So say crowd what na it say we American, you can brofo crowd wo slang it say ye wo American. Me can see ye nimu. Ai, na wo drive trolley e wo London, nkrofo shop ya wo kogu omuka na wo ko repi obi na adwane ba Ghana. Say wo kan brofo wo sisisi so te say ye wo abrochire. Odwane mokumukole. Now kasa. Wait for it. There are people who are vulnerable. Because of where you stand, you can take their money. You don't know them. You don't know their crime. And you don't know their jail term. You don't know what they can do to you. So sin is sweet, but wait for it. It is our partner. Ekum nipa. Ena ni jail term no waha no serve ya. Na se wo so wi abanche. Ena one na serve ya hwana ni tiri mu oden. Ti se sa wo kunu ni sika na wo sika na wo yima na. Enchire hwe. It was so. Jidis obedwin ha no ho akọ deep. Ya won krofo bi omo ni ebinom nam na omo susa na omo ya. Na ye omo se omo na omo di omo so na omo kasa rough. Yan na ye de nsem bebrebe ba ye ho so. Anka de unim ho hwimpa nkoko anu tum. Enya se wo so chen made servant nti na wo ye ne de awupa bia. Obeku ba to atwene. Unim ne crime. Ye nyina ehye one uniform. Ebi ye weak, ebi ye we. You cannot tell the crime. And you panic on it, a committee. Be careful, beware, be warned. You can only deal with people and escape all their crimes. No, mon fan bawoso. Ube to me afem say what this knowledge and then out to me sheni pedi. Na fe wahu nia obeye. Na nsem ho episode bi. Waba show no so. Revelation show you bisa questions. Na me bisa questions. O say me go beyond me. Na me say question ya me bisa we. E ho at once wa fa nsuo wasoma ne ba nko hwe ngu for me hwe ni di. Na me bisa me hu say na o be kire den. E ho na me lock in eye. Afa opopo ne voice na popo che. We don't brag with these things, so no need. If you know, you know. Show when you see. So when the Bible tells you, it says knowledge is power. Knowledge is power indeed. You will only know this and understand and use this equipment. Yeah, me dey mouse analogy and they determine if when who the entia will bani behave like this. If when who the entia will kunu behave like that. When who the entia will yiri behave like that. So if you have to run, then you run because the crime no committee no that is na hoarding obetumi use also at any point in time. You all wear the same prison dress. You all identify yourself with the same hobbies. And you all do the same thing. You are from the same tribe. Even some ya Igbefo na mo ho, some ya Nkramfo na mo ho, some ya Asantefo na mo ho. Mo nyina mo ya dekoro wo prison ho, mo sha dekoro. But obi ani jail sentence is different and obi a crime so e different. Sa le wiase na ye tim no akwaye. And I made me more educated than my rival. Na die na wa me hu ebi ni so ba we hu awakwa akofa no a me ne wo kasa wuntie ai o body ni ye tall wo ye fine bibia wo bi but obi a wa ye nyanwe so wa hu so de wa ye o ma me ensa ene wo ankasa nyina wo kunu agya wo ho edi nachi wo hu ofesen no but do you know who that person is? This is what we should learn. This is what we should pursue. We should know who we are dealing with. So we know how to approach them. You cannot deal with the person's mechanism. It's the spirit dwelling in the person. It's the person's origin, his crime, and his jail sentence. And no necessarily who and son of who said they would deal with the person. Na mene na brepa, bra mene na bre, woni na bre so mami ensa waja hoko. E die be na e confront you. Do you know your jail sentence? Do you know your crime? Do you know who your husband is? And so you believe that you are the same composition. Know that energies that are identified to be the same do not find trouble mingling with each other. This is a serious statement. Se mu nyina mu kowie cassava. Mu nyina mu jail sentence yepe. And mu nyina mu free the same spirit. This is where the Bible says the spirit of God is not the author of confusion. This is what the Bible talks about. And the spirit of God if is roba. Se mu nyina mu free one spirit mu na mu nyina mu crime and mo sentence ni yepa. And no, there will be no trouble. So what the akroma, any akukone ne ma, egu adan ba kum na utuma, there will be troubles. So what the akroma, any opete, egu dan ba kum now the ball egu ho no mo a, akroma no bewu because onye scavenger. We don't find out any of this. And a zodiac sign, and a zodiac sign, and I fa ha ne kwa ha ne ba ha. Ne kura ne say. The ono ankasa read this zodiac sign bisa no saware ye easier nka ba ko tete akire. Saware ye easier ko bisa no ade no ye ne mpana dodo we wo ho. Nye easy o. This is what you need to understand as a jailer in this jail realm. But when you are from a different place, one person's action will be very harmful or disturbing to the other. When it costs a lot of divorce, a lot of rebellious children, we don't find out, we don't know. No one say me wo dey make be esa wo ye. What I'm trying to say is that do not expect people to behave as you want them to be for the mere purpose of the way their skin color or their body is or how you treat them. Asori na sa de we wo. Ya bompa ya mounti chinchinachi. Esa wo repenti. Spiritually, empire ni ho. All these things now, you're gallivanting around, shouting and screaming in our formula, no, and you're 3D world, you know. And who? Souls, they don't know price. Spirit don't know price. They don't know offering, they don't know tithe, they don't know advice. Just find where they are and know who they are and what they do and what they do not do. And you are good to go. It's not about who talk car man no and now we saying I didn't know what to be a man so that's where Jamaican. You don't know where she came from. You don't know her crime. You don't know her spirit. Then you will give to know. And the best is not shishi. Because they may not know the root of their spirit, where they are from, why they've been sentenced to earth, why they are here in jail, and they don't know what they are doing here. Just like those of you who are in abroad, most of you have realized that anybody can go to jail. Aha no na jail no matter your crime, you can maneuver. But abrochire went ya wo tax kora wo beko. Beat traffic na camera ni nya wo kre. No mo fa letter ne mro, na men kotu ya sa sika no. Na hwese wo nko jail. Even when you don't pay your taxes, you can end up in jail, full of hardened criminals. You have a lot of reasons that can take people to jail in Abrochi. You may find someone who doesn't look like a criminal. He may tell you, oh, I just came here for a minor offense, and hide these true colors from you. You have people like that. Gana nkwana ubeko jela. Adi se wunni obia. Osofo obi ami obi awia mimisika. Na okọ osofo no wa. Osofo awusuro nyame. Asori kakraka. Wanya celebrities akogum na wu taking nkrofo for granted nti. Obi awia mimisika oso wu bompa egu memeso. Na meja isika no osofo awu encourage krono. Sa wo bompa na oji wani so. Sa de noise hunu na moto ho na moye no 2025 de ba ize ban yo idomeze ya amro kwa ame so wo de wasemba ha so if there is anything for you to check before doing partnership marrying business with anybody, this is what you have to check the person's real identity, his crime and his jail sentence. O check we ya afa obehu de ntia ukunu bewu eja obehu de ntia wo yiri bewu eja. Do we check these things? But when they start hurting you, you may be heartbroken. You don't know who the person is. Ade ameye ma wi nyinara. Ade na we am say. Eye nisu. Eye ne ban. Mo ba wiase mo hu say obi no matter how bad or ye weja obi aware ya when obi fufura aware da obi moving on, there are always other people to hurt. Enti no oba we nam no wa ye ni poso okọ oba kan asem de ochena ko obi nya another people have formula. People are serving their jail sentence with their crimes. If you don't check all these things, it's your fault. Ube tu ne fo. Ube kan asem a kire no. Asem biya nyansasem ube ka. Ade a chinya na oko. Mesi jaye nsan nom oyere wa nom nsan nom nsa. Wo se jaye nsan nom ade na menye ma na unja nsan no wo na nom nsan wa nom nsan wa ye te say yi. Wo pa na chill so unja bibia obeye. Well-educated person. What can be auntie? Do you know his spirit? Do you know her spirit? Do you know her crime? Do you know her jail sentence? And I feel so worrying until you can change shishi. If you didn't find out, don't worry changing anything, just adjust. If not, run. You don't know where they are from. We are in this prison with different spirits. We are all not the same. I wish pastors will tell their people this when they are getting married and leave that small book they are always reading. Reading in the name of counseling 6 months. They won't check any of this. No, so for no we're failing in marriage. And They don't check any of these things. Oh, Nanny parent or not the last small book no read yam and 6 months. Now my wedding ye your de. I were any girl for sophobia uno. Crofoni jaya sophoni jom or yiri jom ma. Or sophon and fan. Not what Oka mono babeku. Pentokwa fabra, we will do it in a grand style. Hypocrite. Mamu jaya wario, submit yo, kunu otoga tema fani chuchunu, ne kora ne say, how far with yours? You see? Eti ya unyonku nwa eti ediem. Na submit na eti ya yonku nwa eti ediem wakoto de ne bodwe meboa. Mu de mu jaya e okay. Eku eme maame ne saman na me jade so me chase mu ba bia mo. Kanye Christianity anka maame no jaa ware anka wawu. Ye buru na ashi ni jaka. Ne saman na me release egu muso. Obi bisa se enti ye den na me de me committee we me yes e bia one day me yes episode ni so. Why you met your meter? Me enti a wushi ade a wushi aye no. There are simple things you can check. Oh. You are not limited. We are made of different compositions of mechanics. They are being motivated from different origins. Nipa ne yanam you asano. Ye dosu. And so ye the same. You may try to be Maame Grace, but I'm fat. You can even call yourself Maame Grace, still I'm fat. We are different people, different baby yina ye free by. You're different people, different different people, different spirit, different baby ye free by, different jail sentence, different crimes. So what you say, you make your own life easy and simple. So one thing we say, the biane obi ye die ya wo ya. Enya ha ne ye be pre ye die o. Aha de ye manifesting de de ba ha o. There will be a YouTube channel where we say enye easy, enye cheap. You see no tena se a na wa hwehwe bibi ba ko nkro no be bo advert no anya nkrofo foforo na didi omo. So on say opening YouTube channel, on say enye cheap. So on say na form. Nti do obo awo e ma wo be gina ba bia wo gina appreciate that person. There are people until they touch your life, they even if it is one day experience with them, and the bema waye nipa, we don't appreciate any of this. You will fall flat. Me say o ma meduani di one day. Nti na me mpese obi anya me papa, me mpese won chama de mpo. Enye se me chio. But eya me din. Say wo ye me ade sei. Me ko be mean to me po. I am indebted. That's how I feel. Obi wo kwa che on tete wo bu nani aguso ni obeye wo ni obese o. They are different people from different origins. You don't know them. They've been sentenced to earth. A higher way. Earth is a jail term for different souls and different spirits. Understand this. There are people who have souls but don't have spirits. And there are people who have body, soul, and spirit. We are not the same. So if you are from one planet, and on your planet, your people have not seen certain wickedness before, and someone is also from another planet, maybe in the aquatic world, and have been sent again into the jail of this earth to manifest in a uniform called the body. So what would you make? So we will be a free planet. Me person me planet needing to say, but it doesn't mean I won't do it. Na so be for aquatic place ho no wo baby a wo no hu wickedness bi ada but obi for aquatic area ho no so waba jail sentence na wo akotam na bole wo so say wo be ware no mumienu me that na fie. And all of you are black people, all of you are in the same family, and you started doing good to the person and the person ends up doing you bad and you don't understand. I want you to understand that not all of us are the same. Obetumi aye wunua eno na me chire mu chire wo no obetumi aye wukunu obetumi aye wuse obetumi aye wuse obetumi aye wuse obetumi aye wuse obi a ye different nti ena nipa mienu gyae aware a obi a kana asema na asem ye de nti wana na asem ye de wu hu ni so no waye obone ono ohu ni se ye bone obi ko ba bi ofiri ba no e ho no sa bone na wo kana nya bone ye papa omo so omo papa no no Evanio oja se si aware wo se onyo anka okume obrome oyemi se oja aware na ne ya no enye obi foforo de kwa wo se ye ho osere pa another man's meat is another man's poison. Monkey no fine, my mama like him. Jail term Hannah ye one. This is what is going on. There are people who are here to crush people's heart. Watch out for the people you want to mingle with. Some of them are killers. Some of them are spiritual robbers. What did they buy with business? A big collapse, a big crashing. Who do you employ? You find out all these things. And to us where? And then you discuss it. Spiritual one, you discuss a psychic key. I perfectly understand that social orientation and community background can get people to learn certain greed and ungrateful behaviors. But understand that nothing just happens. Say new. Mese se wunye nipa bone a enye bone obi be yo na be ma waye nipa bone sa na te a anka wunye obi papa na onfa bone ntia wo kada nipa bone wo ho na nipa papa e wo ho e wom se yesuyesu ni am be because of the nipa de ye nti but onipa bia manifest the wo ni mu e wa here ye we. Your body is not you. Nobody's body is sa nipa no. Your spirit is you. Onipa na ogina ho na wuhu no enye onu no ye nipa no. Ba honhom na ati ni mu no eno na ye nipa no ti honhom ban na ati mu we all these quotes na Bible mu o say efri say the ati mi mu no eso chen dia ewo wiase. What was the meaning of that? The spirit is bigger than the soul, is bigger than the body. It's the spirit that determines who you are, not the body. Bible according fine wo ho nso wo ka we chiro Kristo ni a obeka say Yesu na abetena nimu. Now let's look at aliens of the new age. A lot of new age propaganda is going about, from extraterrestrial visitations, from the channeling of alien bodies to all sorts of new age theories that are very good and helpful, but some are very, very, very dangerous. Now, the new age theories, as I said, anytime humanity attempts to wake up, there are other group of entities or energies that want to get us back into this prison using dogma and dark orders of the world. So you see how important are human beings here. When the nipa person or better say human beings are powerful than spirits. If not than the energies and all the spirits you people are calling. The earth was created and is being manned by, for want of a better word, bad energies. Bad energies are the rulers of this dimension, this 3D world. Earth, or this prison. You should understand, say, earth, as I said, a prison or jail wall, a prison yard for us. Now, I think I've done a lot of episodes about the Archons, about the reptilians, about the Dracos. I've done about the Anunnakis. I've done a lot of episodes you can go and watch after this. Any system that has been put in place to bring order into this place called Earth is being manned by a spirit that is not interested in our ascension. Nti sankro spirits here omunye interested in our ascension no. Imagine say obi ni obi koda woda isuna wawo say nipa na nipa no obeye spirit, half spirit and half human being, not say you're a spiritual person no ye adwuma wo hwa obeye adwuma for our ascension ana obeye adwuma ama yakaha yada aslamba the more. It's a question you can answer. Baby ami ko sesi ani nyina ye downloads nti me pepels no me pamocho mo dissecting ye na munyi keys ni wom according to mo strength na muntumi mfendi kodi mu am life. Baby amiko sisi ano pamochowa pesa nkrankre bia enjiji ni ye 11111 dissect it with your energies and get the keys right for me for your own good. And these rulers are manifesting themselves in the form of aliens to a lot of new age philosophers. People are now channeling them left, right, centers, and now they said they have language and they are speaking. Not even telepathically. You should be aware of this. At the same time, we also have messianic spirits trying to break us out of the prison. We make sure some be develop more abilities ama me pamocho. Medikai etietia obia nan so. So you are able to differentiate these two. And yes, I de ayewu. Eye yen said de ayetie bia yetie because e kan ye pese yetia. Ye de ye hu beto prison ni etwam wo prison yard ni mu akokondem. So BAT a lot of occult orders are getting visitations from these entities using certain psychic abilities that those of us in the prison have been made to lose those abilities. So we may be say they use those abilities to communicate with tests and interact with these aliens. Are we weak? Do we have any powers? If yes, how do we lose all those powers? So you may ask, how did we lose our abilities to communicate or know our spirits? Aye ni ya hoden ni ye nim ye honhom eba ne sen na ye honhom anya soul na be hye mfimfini entumi mpo ye body ni entumi mpo ene ye honhom ni communicate eba ne sen edin ne baaye. Now you know when you go to jail, when they arrest someone and they are even taking the person to a counter back, the first thing they do is they remove all your accoutrement. Say ye chi obi a when obi a ya che ne da ubehu ye remove obi bia naked. Sometimes ye bema watade ni mpo no washa omo dane no inside out ne de ama washa. What is the mystery behind this? Can somebody come and educate us? If you want prisoners, ubetro letter where there's omo hwe prison no ubetro letters. They remove even your clothes. Ye do be kwa naked. Ubetche mpo abehye nachi. Ye beji ubi a wo phone ubi a ya ji ubi a firi wonsam. Is that the case of human beings? So wo ba be wura this jail term a wo ba aha asasi we so a ede na ye ji firi wonsam. Everything that you have on you will be taken away. They will take everything, including your rings, mobile phones, anything that is on you. They take it away. And so you go into a jail naked and they give you a uniform. Is that our case? When you were born, what were you wearing? Say, oh, beside me, question, am I answering it? The same way we came to the earth naked with the body as uniform. All this noise I am making, this is it. Oh. Understand this. You don't come with nothing or anything when you are born. You strip you of every accoutrement. Naked. One day I will talk about every activity in prison. From cell to prison. Counterback no I will take a spiritual journey, may take you na me no wakodo ma mouth significance ni influence ni bibia de enti asan hyehyeye ne hyehyeye ne ba bi efiri. One day I will do that episode. And that episode no enya de a me pese me ye na me to waso. Nti one day me fa ehɔ no na mama mo symbols no ni meaning na how everything they perform there is symbolic no. One day no me no be any na an episode like I said one time me person me deviate into ento waso because it's a jail nti wo ba say dey omo ko jail na naked ye ma omo uniform mo omo hye no na omo hye no the same way and also wa ha honam na hye wo na no wo be wura na wa free jail ni. That's disconnect. It's a jail that is being manned by the dark orders and rulers of darkness. Be a koso wa habia ya copy you. Bibia a manifesto wa hayi bia ya di obi a copy from the original source. Do we read meanings into what we see? And now we don't care. They are bad not because of the bad sense in this world, but they are bad because they want to keep the jail. So our energies way more. They want to keep the jail existing. They don't want it to end. The rulers and others in charge of this world don't want people to ascend and leave the prison. You understand me? They don't want the prison empty. Because yes, sir, create spirit, but they cannot create because create. Sometimes, you know. Yeah, what me say. Sometimes mean to me say so affecting the pana because the rulers of darkness no mudi nipa to prison they are very wicked. Inti me say affect omo prisoners no so a. Me nkoda prison that. But we can, if we've been to prison and you feel you want to come and educate us, the platform is open. Then kofuno mo ye eduma wo no omo hwe so no omo bo konkon na ese mokoda omo to mo punu mu treatment ben no mo de ma omo me pese me hu say the wickedness of these entities no ascend omo so take those kind of job na your omo job no physically no omo so no omo wan na me ka kire obi say wo de obi to prison na your prison warden na wo hwe na wo so the prison because that's where you go every day. The only difference is you go home and come back. Yours is even more painful. Ibisa. Because also share uniform, my fit just like prisoners in this uniform. Life is very funny. Nobody is free. If we want freedom, let's get into this kind of knowledge. So when you are coming to this jail, you lose your psychic powers. Just like Obi Kona imagine the phone to me you lose your sense of remote viewing. You lose your sense of telepathy, kinetic abilities, your ability to travel and fly, and your ability to move within dimensions. You lose a lot of abilities. Now, waba naked? Yes, waba naked. Yes, strippy bibia off you, just like somebody who is going to prison. You cannot call anybody, even if you are sick. Whatever happens to you, you cannot go to your house. You can't go and visit your mother. You can't go and visit your father. But does this end here? You are limited by the jacket they put on you. That is the limitation of human beings. You are limited by the body. And you focus. So the moment they put a prison cloth on you, you lose a lot of rights. Obi a wakoda prison obetumi aka the jail master so on that and 6 o'clock on dear anyway you lose your rights on that time I will pay you on pay time I will pay you. That is what is happening to us in this universe. So what are you saying you can change as a pastor, as a prophet? You can't change nothing. Shishi. It's all about branding. You can change what? You can't change nothing. The only thing you can change is only yourself. How you can learn and go through progress, and then you kill the strength of the body and shift into your spirit and learn how to connect with the spirit yourself. So you are able to watch out what you put yourself into. You can't change election. You can't change nothing. You can't stop the rain from falling. You can't stop the sun. You can't stop nothing. You can't stop people from giving birth. You can't stop people from dying. You can't stop sickness. You can't stop poverty. You can't stop nothing. You are limited. The moment you are in this mechanism, oh, lawu, you cannot move about just like anyone. No. You are supposed to eat the food that they serve in the jail. You sleep when the jail people tell you to sleep. About 6, about 12, this one damp and twice 1 week. So the prison setup, where did they get it from? Do we check the spiritual aspect of this? Sorry, Omusi prison. Do you understand this? You want to build prison in a prison yard. Then what is your responsibility for preaching salvation to people? Freedom. Salvation is simply freedom. Then what is the essence of your worship? By telling people to ascend, you are building prison in prison. You have no spiritual knowledge. That's why you are making that move. Hey, yasame mobo. Hi, yasame mobo too much. They are the people who get the opportunity to lead us. We are finished. They can control them. Zero spiritual knowledge. They can't help you to ascend. In fact, ascension has got nothing to do with these people. If not, you will never build a prison in the prison yard. Ooh, kumi and double. Hey, sometimes I look at people and I'm like, let me just forget and focus on those who are ready. You wake up when they tell you to wake up. Your right as a divine spirit being is taken away. The gate key is in somebody's pocket. Say yes, sorry, anapeyi. Boninko echichi. Not say yes, start say yes, say bomb boni adie kwa. Nobody will go out. A way of telling us when coronavirus came, they told us not to get out. Even the church was closed. Mosque was closed. Where is your power? These people tell us to sleep. You are there. Yada. So ni pana okita gate key no. Ah odi baba be bieje oni ni ye da no. So ne yere kono ni bufu a. No say that pressure na onya ofie on bie gate na. Ye be she prison ni mu amade achi. They did this to us when coronavirus came. And we got leaders who were beating the goats who decided to come out. Coronavirus neko. When HIV came, ekoye. When malaria came, ekoye. Maybe some. Hey! You almost said da kwada omo ba de animu kon no bia ko ura na ye de da ho. Ti say beans. Mo bia enjoy some akọ prison that men call that. I have ability to see anything I want to see. You lose your divinity and become a servant to the gods and the council of Elohims. Don't tell me to worship anything. I will have big problem with you. I am in jail term, but I have opportunity. I have the right to connect back. You cannot put me under these people for recycling. Me yet that. Worship your worship. But me, Grace, no way. This council of Elohims, they will contract you people to frustrate me. But you know very well that my spirit is beyond what you want to do to me. Then you find purpose in service to gods. You feel the need to have a master, a lord, an owner. So your soul is donated. I'm not part of. When they say, and a man sumi na me fufuro bi anka me ho, man sumi na me fufuro bi anka me, why you say the supreme no? And nyame o se mo fra o maboso na date they are plenty. Omo no mo sure mo mra say ye doso dia wo be fa yen no wo fa yen ya men fa another men sum another one ka ye ho. This is not from the supreme being. Stop joking. That nyame said you keep misleading you omo akọ ma me motuom. What bon say? How can you tell people to do this? Helping these entities to cage us forever. In fact, your angelic abilities are taken away before you enter earth. Nobody is seen openly using superpowers on this planet except magic and deception. Tell your pastors I said this. Me, and I'm a kind. But someone may ask, Maame Grace, if this place is the prison and you come here to lose your abilities, why do we come here? In the first. Now you see I'm answering all your questions in the comment section. Why do we come here in the first place? Say now let's look at elemental sin. Why would they bring people here? Nipa ebe free ni nyamisu. Na hoɔden mu obeja bibia no wabaha abefa sa prison jacket yi ahye. Now I want to explain this in a very simple way. Good and bad, sin and righteousness, is a dimensional theory for the earth. This 3D world. So I cannot say that somebody went to steal and they brought him here on earth, because stealing and all those things are dimension related to the 3D world. And obi akofo obi yere obi aware o car, it's only here. And it's a big problem with these bishops who went to heaven and saw cars and saw houses. How? Now aliens in common aliens in the car neighbor. Ebe. Yes, you know. So to explain why spirits end up on earth as prisoners, I will explain with this theory. Pachotie miye, akacho se downloads bebre when the episode nimu. Inti se sebe wan peja wo ho kakra nti ase ne be. Let's just say you are a higher being. What will make you come into this world? Or what will make someone sentence you into a jail on earth for you to lose your abilities? Wa you osra abofo aya a Christopher ne se nyankopon bronsam ne nyankopon kun ye nti no muturo ne ba ha. Nti Jesus so ade no ye omuturo ne ba ha. Sa na wo so bi sa ho se sa na case ne tede a ene ye de na ye de ba na hakora ye ba hakora de nkora na reduce it like that. A decrease like that. Obi comment was last week sa no bi sa ade nkora na decrease like that ne ba ha be there. Yes. That's a great question. Let's see your answers in the comment section. Why, Pacho? Who will answer for this? Who will comment section? So now, in every realm, spiritual dimensions, let's say in the 5th dimension of elements, in 7-dimensional elements, there are divine orders. There are rules so that you don't jump another room. Let's just say that for clarity's sake. Machire mu die enti a die ebema waba ha no eno na me tu me bu am bubu mu. Edi kan catch us say downloads, so you have to be in it. Enti no say na mete a enti element, there are elemental sin. 5th dimension, 7th dimension, there are dimensions, there are rules until you don't jump rules to be here. Even there are souls omu jump a timeline no. Sankrofo no mu date of birth okra. Omu mami ye well educated. Onim se me wo Wednesday this date fa calendar ne da. Motorway so no there are dimensions be there a particular place. Se car nya accident no nipa ni timi free car no jump to line ne so pe. Se nipa no matter how a car ne be yam. There are rules and there are regulations. There are some dimensions to mimpo and sayade wo ho chaos nkoso wo ho baby wo ho chaos koso wo ho, because 2 elements na no ye be fa no so da kro no yaye. Those of you who went to school know that oxygen is composed of something and something. Okay, se munim sa mo amako school no. Now, when oxygen doesn't want to be formed by what is supposed to form to bring stability into the universe, that oxygen becomes a troubled oxygen. It becomes a destabilized energy. And in this world, we will say it has sinned. I will give you some quotes in the Bible. Okay? In fact, remember mu quotes bi ni decode sesi ene yet me e dey affect. Spiritual elements need to do what they are placed to do in the universe. Nti ohonu kra rule any order eye adwuma wo wu gina ha wo so na wo change idie. Untumi change wa nkasa kra wo condition. Once there is an error, that part of the element must descend to heal and return to replenish. We are very, very simple. So we'll be saying, ye reducing ye baha. Upon a mama no. But like I said, ye beg picky codes, ni bi wa Bible ni decode, ni the allegory of Jesus Christ in the Bible pointed to this code many times. Call it the descent of hell. They call it the descent of hell. Wow, you can, Google the descent of hell and get that code. And you one. Now, let's look at 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 18 to 20. For Christ also suffered once for sins, the righteous for the unrighteous, that he might bring us to God, being put to death in the flesh, but made alive in the spirit, in which he went and proclaimed to the spirit in prison. How do you decode this? Well, who be someone said, "Dentin na would decrease na obaha enuniye." Yesu no your hene. Mo amowa hada da no ye de Yesu ye asema na ma nipa na hu. What's up? Osio obefa akwate bia to ne ho so. How? You lose everything and you come here and become a slave. This is the code. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 18 to 20. Now let's look at Zechariah chapter 9, verse 11. Another code. Thou also by the blood of thy testament hast sent forth thy prisoners out of the pit. What's the meaning of this? All these are codes. Confirm the ame kachire wono. Opa kan we na fro so on the code. You don't love me, you hate me, you are an enemy of progress. In fact, you are an enemy of ascension. Let's look at Ephesians chapter 4, verse 9. All these are codes confirming what I'm telling you. Descended into the lower part of the earth. That was Christ. Inti se wo pese who said denti na wa ha na obe lusu bibia and I say now this is all these codes are in the Bible. These verses above sum up the prison theory of the earth dimension for all energies and spirits to descend to the lowest of low. Inti way enya wo nko an waba ena enya wo nko an we ye bibi ti so mo se Yesu si fo be fa akwate bia to no ho so ena owu ye no kotena agya ne mfa nifa so a. This is it. To redeem themselves and to rise again. That is why you are here. Are we preaching this? You are building prison in prison, preaching salvation and heaven. You deserve to be caned, though. You deserve to be caned. You are helping these wicked beings. So what do you be? Are you a wicked man? A wicked man of God? Hey, we have all these codes in the Bible. We can decode this crowd for the public to know that, hey, but this is the way. But most sign man for under these gods and in serving them, making us more useless. It doesn't make sense to me. That is why we come to earth in prison. When something goes wrong, you have to come back to relish it and bring it back on track. I hope you understand me. Divine assignment. This is what is called divine assignment. And this is where sometimes the creational people also feel that you have to come back and correct what you have done. This is the code. The unfortunate situation is that there are people who do not want the prison to end because this place they have created cannot be empty and useless. They want to be gods over us. Our own brothers and sisters who gallivanting around as gods because we reduce our as every time. See, they don't want us to turn our way back and put no or more because they can't do what we are doing. Na yenya leaders no mu leaders those who watch earth, who are interested in being kings and rulers of souls on earth, are the ones who want more people to come to earth, and they don't want them to leave earth. Because omo pese yen so momo. Omo someone to me criticism. Here one crofo bi wo ho a omo pese ye be leave jail no. Hwe ye one crofo bi wo omo akọ prison more than 10 times. Oko ebi kokoye better. 2% kokoye better. 80% ko eba be ye worse. Oba ya no wasan be wi ade no okobium. Oba ya no wasan be wi ade no okobium. All these are setups copied from the original source. They go about enticing other elements to come into earth. They use the carnality of earth to entice many spirit elements to come to earth as human beings. Once you fall for the emotions and carnality of earth and you are born, you are stripped of all divine abilities. Inti se obi sasa adenti ne yekra ye decrease ne yeba ne yebeye anu ne ana me de ama no. And so a lot of souls end up on earth not as punishment in a prison but because of enticement. Akono bone inti fane say a spirit bi ba ha wabe ewo the book of Enoch omo say abofo ni si fom no omo behu say ma ne ho ofe na omo ne ma ne bededa ye na omo hye ase. Inti fane say sankrofo yi bi na ye will leader only do in spirituality, where will you go? Everything is carnality. Enticement in physical carnality. A lot of the souls get enticed by that. And what do I mean by carnality? So me carnality I may patch saying into someone whose souls no types any adwuma omo ye e wa hanomo omo load ni na di good spirit ni mo. So what are you? Who are you following? Where do you belong? Medical catcher say we share the book of Enoch watches ni ade on be catcher say abofo ni bi behu ma no na omo ni omo ye enu na di duku chechire ba ye because omo se na ma ni trimi ya tenten omo enticing ye with food, clothes, sex, happiness, sadness, excitement, humor, bitterness, sweetness, pleasure, pain and so on. Eniama we bebre no omo ma entices some of the spirits so ombra no ombe experience nti imagine spirit aya enticing so ombra ha no ombe bitterness no for pleasure on for pain in beto so wo na wo afoto no mpa ye be na besesa. What can you change? The moment a divine spirit hungers for these and falls into the womb of a female to enter the world through the portal, they are given a uniform and they lose everything. They come naked. Did make a channel say muma yenye careful ni niama ye sonsum no because niama wo kosom a ono so je tight ansa na wa ma business ayeye oje offering oje sacrifice oje odwan oje niama e wa ha ni bi na de wa be yesewo at the end of the day obekun wato watwene cause a man yi na ba ha be hu we edio yenhwe bibi code ba ko Genesis chapter 3 verse 7 or say then the eyes of both of them were opened and they knew that they were naked. We na asofo ni that's where the code apple omunwie. These people were enticed by something. Now at the moment na sa de entice omonope they became naked and entered into the prison jail. This is the code. This is what I'm talking about. It's about the ego and self-awareness of carnality in the prison. At the moment, now you wo. Now be who say me ye naked me shata there me won no bibi na just niama what can started the road we are seeing niama. This is what Genesis is talking about. It's not about any snake and whatever. Being aware of humanity and wanting to experience it. That is the fall. The Garden of Eden, the code, no, and I made the code the amount. When you ask a pastor, say, a DNA or Garden of Eden, and a better war. So other pure entities get enticed by humanity and our carnality so much that they descend so low and are kept here on earth in an endless reincarnation loop for millions of years. And it say, this knowledge in our kwechia, a horse will be my who say reincarnation is not for everybody. And so it be a one day you be fa honomona yahwe. That is the Jesus story. Musi obefa akwate bia edito no hoso. How do you people explain this in the church? Because when you come, you can't go. Oba so when material souls ne type so into nobody should get confused. I've given you 2 examples as to why spirits come to earth as naked prisoners with 0 divine abilities. Me break it be down actually because episode na etinting into me nkan nyina Obi a ye kan Yesu wa ha ofo so ye persona na bibi mu amwa ha dada no mo explaining kire nipa no ye kan Yesu wa ha what we mean why na ye nyina ye nko we are doing this together. You are watching Spiritual Hour with the Goddess, the Pride herself. And we are talking about the psychic key at 1. When some energies defect to destabilize the smooth running of elements of spirit in the cosmos, they are made to descend just like Jesus did. So they have to come back to a lower realm to stabilize and then move back again. So we are here just to stabilize something and move back again. You descend, you change yourself, and then you go back again. Simple. You drop all abilities, but the spirit is with you. So you come here and then you change and pick up the spirit again and ascend. This is the issue. This is the assignment that is divine. Any other thing, reincarnation, a whole lot. It is not an issue of bad or good or sin or righteousness. It is just the instability of elemental spirits. You can call it instability because good or bad or evil and righteousness are only on earth. I happen in names are the say instability, chaos, and instability. Madika actually no, and no Genesis no. Say no, Yankopon bo. We are say assassinate sakasakas. Into your friend can say embra. Into chaos, instability. I think we've done an episode about that. You can go and watch. It is here that we judge and we are emotional about things like that. And away ye nipa bonini, and away ye say because it's nothing like that. Ye creating no. Inti na de bia wo condemn and ndura say enye no newu ye bi wo see ye njaya ware uja ware eboni bishop we ja ware foforo. So you see ya na ya hwehwe ni ma chekere ye kon marriage is nobody cares about marriage. Nobody cares about children. Nobody cares. It is life you experience. Focus on your spirit and move, and that's it. Marriage doesn't matter. Children don't matter. Cars don't matter. Houses don't matter. And nothing that we are on. And so you're quite sorry. You're born pie then. Me car, my warrior. Me say. And secondly, I've told you that other elementary spirits get enticed to be here to taste carnality. So wherever the spirit is coming from in the universe, they all end up experiencing physicality on earth. Inti ye nyina ya beda ni nipa. But ebi enye nipa. Ebi spirit ne ya akodo. Ebi wo divine assignment. Ebi so ye saying, all you need to know is yourself and focus on yourself. This is the only prison where you get to experience physicality. A happy. Inti elements are ye free muba ye different. Se wo ba hafa mda make no ye crimes ni ye jail term different, but ye nyina ye share the same uniform. That is the mechanism. Se wo ye oburuni, se wo ye obibini. Nti se wo nim ni nti a wo ba I think say na wahu e de na wo be ye. Just same as people go to prison and get better. Some go and get worse. The same prison. Higher it is society. A lot of us have become worse. They are static wa. We don't care. You better car, you better way. We don't care what we connect. Say your spirit where you move, saying where you move. We don't care. When your jail term is due, you will go. Nothing will stop it. What is your crime? What are you doing to correct it? Hey, this is the purpose of the soul. To let the spirit know the carnality without getting direct contact with the body. Your spirit is always divine. Know this. Just that you lose touch with it on earth and forget. But the soul is there to help. The body gets to experience something that the spirit doesn't even feel it. So the things you are doing, you can see that you are not connected to your spirit. You only connect through your soul. You feel it in your soul. Your soul experience stores the data, the knowledge of it, but your spirit doesn't know. Some people are not in touch with their spirit at all. Because to me, putting me and Sunday together. So our quest is for you to know that your spirit is a real you. You have to be in touch with your spirit to realize that the spirit is wearing a body. We want the entire makasa million day and night near Kabibia. It's just this word, what I just said. Try and connect these three. And you will can and you will see can connect you. It's a process. Obi ya na so betu ni hu asi wo no wa kire bibia mpa mo pese mukuno. Mutran trots I don't know. Say ye care so for black so hatred nin tro. Why? Why do you people lie like that? Some of you. Some people can lie and is that your crime? Hey! Enya is you. So our quest is for you to know that your spirit is a real you. You have to be in touch with your spirit to realize that the spirit is wearing a body. That has been my job here, and this is divine. Because of Asem Kakra Mikain. That has been my job here. To let you wake your spirit up. So you would wake your spirit up so you are able to connect the three. If you don't connect with your spirit and your soul, you are miserable. Baby Sam say, how do we connect? What does be Sam? How do you connect, dear? Now I have to say me amenka. Whatever happened to me as I speak to you from today, whether good or bad, just understand that every noise I made, everything I'm trying to communicate to you is just to connect with your spirit so you can break free from this prison jail. Because you are not here with chicken change. Ebi awi akoko, ebi awe, but ebi ekum nipa na omi omudi, ebi kura enye nipa, ebi kura ba ha ni brinti ni greedy nti, ena omo fa, no omo ba fa honam, no ba ye nyina ehye honam kro. Obiya ne crime, obiya ne jail term. So what I'm screaming, what I'm telling you, and what will help you, and what you need, is just to connect with your soul and spirit. The only thing that can bring all the powers that were taken from you, the only thing that will strip this body of its power and make sure say you are ascending back is what I'm telling you. Please work on yourself. Now you say salvation is individual. Marriage ye awoye bibia ye pre ne ha bia ye. But enu emfa wo nko ba bia. Enu nti na wunya ni nyina na wo meda. Da bia you want something. Work on yourself, connect your real self to this mechanism so it's able to stream the powers. So it helps you to get back all the abilities you lost so you can ascend to your originality. Thank you so much for your time. I send you love. I send you love. I send you love. I send you love. And I send you joy. I send you strength. I send you light, true light. And I send you energies. Shalom. Peace.